One place over was 10%, so that was $3.59. No, wait. Henrietta rubbed her eraser over the scratch paper hard enough to make a hole in it. Ugh. Other people she knew could solve these problems in their heads. But no, Henrietta always had to do all the work, the multiplication and the adding and the carrying. And she had to count on her fingers and use scratch paper too, just in case. Math took forever, because she was just never sure of where she stood with it. Math was like standing on the beach, near the waterline, as the waves snuck the sand out from beneath her feet. She always had to start over. Henry could almost hear her brother Jordan complaining, "Man, Henrietta, why you gotta always do everything the hard way?" Because it was the only way her brain even sometimes worked to get the right answer. 10 minutes, the test lady said. 10 minutes? Henrietta quickly clicked an answer, then rubbed her chest, suddenly out of breath. She had too many questions left. Please keep your eyes on your own work. Henrietta jumped. The test lady was right behind her and gave her a pinched smile. Henrietta sighed, turning back to her computer. She wasn't trying to copy anyone, but she knew she didn't always look at her own screen or her own paper. Mrs. Zabla, her old math teacher at the Vista School, had said that Henrietta looked up as if the answers were going to fall out of the sky. Henrietta very much wished they would. She'd known this test was going to be hard. Math in regular life was hard enough. She swapped numbers and addresses, phone numbers, and zip codes. She couldn't always remember when she baked, if half or quarter was larger, which sometimes led to some nasty cookies. And it had taken her until last summer to finally memorize all of her times tables to 12. Just focus, Mom was always saying. Buckle down and work. If only Mom could see her now, Henrietta thought. Her whole body was working so hard she was sweating. Hurriedly, Henry clicked the arrow to the next page. The test lady had said she could get partial credit for getting parts of problems right. So if Henry could get the first steps of a longer problem right, she might still get some credit. She'd do a few from the second page. That would work. There are 18 boys and 20 girls on the school student council. If a student council member is selected at random to speak at the next assembly, what is the probability? Nope, she couldn't deal with random. Jason puts $300 in a savings account that earns 3% interest. Oh no, more percentages. Henrietta's eyes skittered across the screen to the next question. Hendy's garage charges $30 for breaks and $25 per hour of service. If T is the total cost... Henrietta shook her head. Problems with letters took too long. Henrietta clicked the arrow for another page, then another. There was nothing left that she could do quickly. She had to do something. Henry gulped and then, as fast as she could, chose a letter for each of the problems left. A, B, D, C. School started next week, and she needed to have the best score she could. She clicked another random set of answers. B, A, B, D. She would have to take math essentials with a Mrs. Eden or something. She already knew that, but if she just did more problems, maybe she could prove time. The test lady sang out cheerfully as the screen went gray and the test disappeared. Henrietta swallowed, feeling her stomach heave. Math.